Do you have any memories from high school? When it comes to my high school memories, I, Akito Ogasawara, remember being the one who got teased a lot in my group.
Hey, Akito, did you get today's math assignment?
Yeah, I did. Want me to help you with it if you haven't done it yet?
For real? That'd be awesome! Do it like Mr. Saito in math class, though.
So, by substituting 5 into x, the value of y in this equation becomes 20, and therefore...
Haha, Mr. Saito actually says therefore like that.
My stomach hurts. Akito's impression of Mr. Saito is spot on. You're the best.
Akito, you're seriously funny. All right, next to Mr. Sasaki from chemistry.
Well, maybe next time. Now focus on solving the problems. I had a lively and fun high school life, getting teased by my friends while enjoying our time together. However, among my friends, there were a couple of classmates who teased me a bit differently from the others.
Hey, Akito! Still using that lame pencil case? Can't you buy a new one?
Hey, come on, it's important to me. I've had it since I was a kid.
But that's not something a high schooler should be carrying around. You'll never get a girlfriend with that.
That was Yuichi Sonohara and Remi Takahashi. They were part of the group I often hung out with, but their teasing felt a bit different from the others.
You won't get a girlfriend with that.
Your taste is more like a grade schooler's, not a high schooler's.
Come on, guys. One of Akito's good traits is how he values his things.
You shouldn't make fun of him like that.
Thanks, you two. It's okay, I'm not bothered by it. Looking back, it was probably thanks to the other friends who stood up for me that I didn't let their teasing get to me. During those lively high school days, there was someone I secretly admired. Her name was Karen Sasayama. She was the class Madonna, admired by everyone.
Oh, Akito's looking at Sasayama again.
No way! There's no chance for you to get close to the perfect Madonna.
Yeah, I know, but I can't help thinking she's beautiful. But in the end, nothing happened between me and Sasayama. I spent my high school days having fun with my friends, and we all went our separate ways. 3 years after graduating from university and starting work as a company employee, I found myself seeing my friends less often. One day, while stopping by a cafe on a business trip, I had an unexpected reunion.
Welcome. Wait, are you Ogasawara?
Huh? Sasayama? Are you working here?
Yeah, I am. It's been a while. Have a seat.
Karen Sasayama had grown even more beautiful and smiled at me, looking a bit more mature. Back in high school, we hardly ever talked or interacted. I was just secretly admiring her from afar. She was truly someone out of my league, the one I admired. I was so nervous I couldn't help but get flustered.
What are you doing now, Ogasawara?
I'm working in sales for a regular company. I was out for business nearby today.
Really? What a coincidence to meet you here.
Looking at her soft, gentle smile, my feelings from back then began to resurface. I decided to muster up the courage to ask her out. Meeting you here again feels like fate, so would you like to have dinner together sometime?
Huh?
Oh, sorry, that was sudden. We didn't get to talk much back then, so I'd like to get to know you better, if that's okay. Seeing her look surprised, my excitement starts to fade, and I realize I might have been too hasty. Oh, if you don't want to, that's totally fine. I'm sorry, you might have a boyfriend. Sasayama is so attractive, it's entirely possible, I thought as I mentally pinched my own cheek. Then, Sasayama gave me a soft, happy smile that made my heart skip a beat.
Sorry. It's not that I don't want to. I was just so happy I froze up for a second. Oh, and by the way, I don't have a boyfriend. So let's exchange contacts?
Yes! Yes, yes, yes! In high school, I was constantly told I'd never have a chance with her. It's only a small step, but I'm glad I reached out. That night, I sent a message right away, and we made plans to have dinner at a restaurant over the weekend. Even though it was just a coincidence that we met again, the fact that I was going to have dinner with the Madonna, Sasayama, felt surreal. If my high school self knew about this, he'd probably pass out. As I waited at the restaurant I'd reserved, these thoughts kept running through my head.
Ogasawara! Sorry to keep you waiting.
A few minutes later, Sayama arrived, looking adorable in a cute dress.
She's so cute.
I didn't know there was such a lovely place around here. It's got such a great atmosphere.
A client told me about it, and I thought I'd check it out sometime.
I'm glad you invited me. Thank you, Ogasawara.
As the food arrived, our conversation naturally shifted to our high school days.
Ogasawara, you were pretty close with the Lively group, right?
Yeah, but after starting work, I got busy, so I haven't been in touch with them much. It's been a while since I've met any of my high school friends.
I see. That makes me kind of happy.
But I'm impressed you remember the people I used to hang out with, Sasayama.
Well, your group was pretty noticeable.
Were we loud? Sorry about that. I remembered how we used to fool around and make everyone laugh, and suddenly I felt embarrassed.
No, you weren't loud. I just thought your group seemed like a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, I guess. We spent the evening reminiscing and enjoying a peaceful time together. Thank you so much for tonight. I had a great time.
Me too. It was really fun.
After spending the evening together, I realized how genuinely kind and wonderful Sasayama is. As I thought about whether I'd get to see her again, she suddenly asked,
Ogasawara, if you'd like, could we meet up again sometime?
Yes, of course. I'd love to. Our first dinner together was so enjoyable that I kept thinking about it for days. The image of Sasayama laughing at my jokes was burned into my mind. And before I knew it, exchanging messages with her had become the highlight of my day.
There's a detective movie I want to see. Would you like to go together?
Sounds great. I was thinking of watching it too. Let's go together. She said she wanted to meet again, but I'm still amazed that she actually invited me. I'm touched. Through that movie, we found out our tastes were quite similar. Our conversation flowed, and we made plans to go out for drinks next. And on the day... Good evening. I have a reservation under Ogasawara. I had made a reservation in advance and arrived a little early, so I decided to go in and wait. Sasayama had asked me to go ahead and enter if I arrived first, so I did, but...
Wait, are you Akito?
Yuichi? The person who greeted me was none other than Yuichi Sonohara, a friend from high school. Another unexpected reunion. Yuichi and I hadn't kept in touch since graduation. There was no particular reason, but he never reached out either. I learned that he had trained in the restaurant industry and had recently opened his own izakaya.
I saw the reservation named Ogasawara and thought it might be you, but I didn't expect it to be you for real.
Haha, I didn't expect this place to be your shop, Yuichi. I'm surprised too. When I congratulated him on opening his shop, Yuichi gave me a smug look.
But Akito, you're still as uncool as ever, huh?
Huh?
In high school, we wore uniforms, but now your fashion sense is really put to the test. So, you still don't have a girlfriend, do you?
Haha. Yuichi teased me in the same way he did back then. I had a hunch, but his teasing now had a bit of malice to it. Even after being shown to my reserved seat, Yuichi kept playfully engaging with me, perhaps because the shop was still empty.
Hey, guess what? I'm actually engaged now.
Engaged? Is it with Remy?
Yeah, that's right. We've been dating since high school, and we figured it's about time we got married.
That's great. Congrats.
Remy's working as an office lady now, but she's going to help me with the shop after we get married. She's even been helping out here after work sometimes. Actually, she should be coming in today too. Oh, there she is.
Yuichi! Good work today.
Remy, it's been a while. Speak of the devil, just then Remy walked into the shop. When Remy spotted me, her eyes lit up, and she excitedly started to tease me.
No way. Is that you, Akito? Wow, it's been forever. And you're still as uncool as ever.
Hearing the same words from both Yuichi and Remy, I felt a bit exasperated inside.
Turns out it was Akito who made the reservation today.
What? That's such a crazy coincidence. Are you here drinking alone?
No, I'm actually meeting someone.
It's gotta be a guy, right? Still lonely, huh? With that fashion sense, I bet you don't even have a girlfriend.
Say whatever you want. As we were talking, the door to the shop opened again.
Ogasawara! Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, Sasayama! I just got here myself. Sasayama walked in wearing a breezy dress, and Yuichi and Remi's eyes widened in shock.
Huh? Sasayama? This same Sasayama from high school?
Why are you meeting up with the class Madonna?
Sasayama noticed Yuichi and Remi and cheerfully greeted them.
Sonohara and Takashi! It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been.
This place is Yuichi's shop. I just found out today too. And apparently, he's engaged to Remi, and she's been helping him out sometimes.
Wow, that's great! Congratulations on your engagement.
Yuichi and Remi were clearly confused about why Sasayama and I were meeting up alone. Especially Yuichi, who couldn't seem to accept it and nudged me to explain.
Hey, Akito, explain. Why are you here with Sasayama?
Oh, we ran into each other at a cafe recently. We had dinner and found we got along well, so we've been meeting up whenever our schedules match.
Wait, have you been together alone this whole time?
Yeah? Ogasawara is really kind, and I have so much fun with him. I've been laughing nonstop, and being with him makes me feel so at peace.
Huh, really?
Seeing us smile at each other, Yuichi looked frustrated. But that expression was fleeting as they quickly returned to teasing me again.
I never would have guessed Akito would be meeting up with Sasayama. But still, you're not a good match for the class Madonna, man.
Yeah, Sasayama, why would you hang out with a lame guy like him? Huh? Lame? I've never thought that. Not even once.
Yuichi and Remi laugh while Karen looks puzzled.
Sasayama, the class Madonna, is really kind to even a lame guy like this, huh?
That's not really a nice thing to say, is it? Weren't you both close with Ogasawara?
We've always been like this with Akito. I'm sure he's used to it by now.
It's okay, Sasayama. I'm really used to this kind of thing. It's always been like this.
But...
Seeing how close we were, Yuichi's expression darkened. Then...
Damn it! I thought she was out of reach back in high school, so why you?
He suddenly snapped, something I'd never seen before, and I was shocked. What are you talking about? You have Remi, don't you? You're getting married soon.
I only chose Remi because she was one of the cuter girls in high school, and she seemed attainable. If I could have dated Sasayama, I would have chosen her instead.
What? Hey, you. That's really cruel.
You're the cruel one, Akito. I told you there was no way you could reach Sasayama, and you ignored me.
Back then, I did believe I had no chance with Sasayama, but even so, his argument made no sense. But... Remi, are you okay? I glanced over at Yuichi and saw that, just as I thought, Remi was fuming.
one of the cuter girls? Attainable? What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Yuichi's face paled as he realized he couldn't talk his way out of this one. Yuichi is now pale-faced.
Remi, I'm sorry.
I don't care. You've been looking down on me this whole time, haven't you? If you're so set on Sasayama, why don't you try making a move on her? Not that you'd have a chance.
I'm sorry. It was just a slip of the tongue.
Yuichi tried to apologize, but Remi's anger wouldn't subside.
Ugh! This is the worst! Why do I have to go through this? If that's how you feel, then we're done. The engagement is off.
What? Calling off the engagement?
I'm glad I found out how you really feel before we got married. And there's no way I'm paying you any compensation. Goodbye.
Wait, Remi!
Remi grabbed her things and stormed out of the shop. Yuichi chased after her, but after a brief argument at the door, he came back alone. What did Remi say?
She told me to cool off and not contact her for a while.
You brought this on yourself. That was entirely your fault, Yuichi.
But I was just jealous seeing you and Sasayama getting along so well.
Unfazed, Yuichi took out his phone and approached Sasayama.
Hey, Sasayama, why don't you exchange contact info with me too? If you hang out with me, you'll have even more fun than with Akito.
Wait, Yuichi?
Uh?
Sasayama looked slightly troubled as she glanced around, then slowly opened her mouth.
I'm sorry, but I've actually always felt a bit uncomfortable around you, Sonohara. And now even more so.
Huh?
What? Why?
Taken aback by her response, both Yuichi and I let out surprised voices. But there was no doubt in the expression on Sasayama's face, who looked genuinely troubled.
You see, Sonohara, back in high school, you used to make fun of others to get laughs, right? I always felt uncomfortable with how you looked down on people. Even now, despite your relationship with Takahashi getting strained, you're trying to do something like this? I just can't believe it.
But what about Akito? Akito was part of the same group, wasn't he?
Yuichi desperately tried to pull me away from Sasayama, but it was clear that her feelings weren't going to change.
I did like the group itself. Everyone got along, and even though they teased Akito, it was clear they cared about him. But you and Takahashi were a little different, weren't you? Even so, Akito would always smile and brush it off, and I thought he must be a really kind person.
Sasayama.
So I'm sorry.
No way!
Yuichi, you told me countless times that I'd never have a chance with Sasayama. I believed it too. She was out of my league, my unreachable dream. But if you don't reach out, nothing changes. I understand that now. You can't grab hold of anything if you don't try. I'm here now because I mustered up the courage to reach out. And you know, back then, I didn't mind being the one who got teased. Even when you and Remy teased me harshly, I didn't really care. I pause and pull Karen close. But from now on, stop it. It hurts the person I care about, the person I love.
Ogasawara!
Damn it!
Yuichi muttered something in frustration, standing there in shock. In the end, the atmosphere was ruined, and we decided to leave the shop. Later, Yuichi and Remy ended up calling off their engagement. Yuichi kept running his shop, but Remy changed jobs and moved far away.
Why did I say something like that back then?
Yuichi was still hung up on both Remy and Sasayama, moping around by himself. Incidentally, on the day of our argument, no other customers came in after us. It seems his shop isn't doing well. And Remy, who used to tease me just as harshly as Yuichi. It seems she's been struggling to adjust her teasing style, causing her to become isolated in her new workplace.
Takahashi-san's words can be a bit sharp, right? If she thinks she's just teasing, she's really bad at it. Yeah, she's really not good at it.
Teasing someone is only fun when there's mutual affection and trust. I wonder if she'll ever realize that. As for what happened after that incident, Karen and I decided to find another place to eat, strolling through the city at night. I'm sorry about that. I didn't expect things to get so messy. I'll make sure to research the next place better before I book it.
No, it's fine. I never imagined we'd reunite like that.
Seeing Sasayama smile kindly as usual, unbothered by what had happened, I decided to tell her how I felt. Sasayama, I want to be with you. Always.
Does that mean?
If you're okay with it, would you be my girlfriend?
Yes, of course. I've been thinking I'd love to be with you too.
Sasayama's face brightened with a smile that made me feel overjoyed. Being teased didn't bother me. If it made everyone laugh, I thought it was worth it back then. But if being looked down on makes someone I care about sad, I need to value myself more. Long time no see. By the way, I started dating Sasayama recently. When I told my high school friends about her, they were all happy for me. After that, we ended up having a big reunion party for the first time in ages.